since I'm inside and I can actually do that on my phone. So go to my channel, go ahead and mute the audio, open up the live stream here. We are actually, there we go. Sweet, put it like that. So, I am unboxing a new Windows phone. Now, some of you guys, and I'll repeat some of this if people join on and kind of explain what's going on, but some of you guys might be wondering, like, why the heck would you be buying a new Windows phone? Windows Phone is not popular anymore. It can still kind of be used, but, like, it's either Android or Apple now, and you don't seem like a guy that would want to use an old device like that, and you're not showing a lot of videos on old tech and things like that, and what the heck. I mean, yeah, OnePlus 9 right here, my new phone, that's what I use. But while I was gone away from YouTube, and this is something that I may explain a little better in a future video, but I ended up using these phones as my phone. There's actually a fourth one, but it's kind of broken. So basically, I needed to pick a phone that was cheap and fit some requirements for the current situation, and family agreed that this seemed like a good option. So I got one of these, and then somewhere along the way, like, the screen ended up breaking, and I had another one, and I think I got that other one because I wanted to try something that was a little more updated, because there's updated software for these things that can supposedly do more, but you can't update it through normal channels anymore. You have to, like, flash it, and I didn't know anything about that. I couldn't find any clear guides, and I didn't want to risk losing my only phone, so I ended up getting one, and then so I got another one, and then when the screen broke, I, like, went to Bad Apple and they switched the screen between them. But then I went ahead and tried the switching later on because it seemed easy enough, and after them doing it, and they did it for free even, I felt confident. So I did, and I ended up, like, breaking one. I think it's this one, but I accidentally broke the antenna wires on this one. And I'm going to do some videos on these because these are Nokia, so these are 5230s, and this is a 5233. But they all have, like, their cameras are actually surprisingly good on these things. I want to do a video on that. But this one here, I remember specifically why. This one was for parts, not working, a little, like, beat up. I think it didn't even have the back with it. It was, this was like $4. These were a little closer to 10, maybe $20. Probably 20, I think. And I think this back is from one of these other ones. But, when I got it, I was just thinking, hey, this will be a good I was for replacing some screws that I had stripped on one of these. And that's the reason why I even have the a little electric screwdriver that I've shown in a few videos, is so that I could have the right bit to open these phones up and work on them. When I got it, I tried powering it on, and it miraculously worked. And even more miraculously, this thing had the most update software version on there for the Symbian OS being run on the thing. And they're like, wow, that's cool. I'll have the most up-to-date, the most features, and the best running experience. And it didn't like my SIM card. I tried, like, looking around, and this was like a year and a half ago probably when I was doing this. I couldn't find any service on using the internet on my mom's computer that would be able to tell me for free what the IMEI number was locked to, if anything. There were some paid services, but I didn't want to pay to find out it was locked to nothing because they didn't know what service this is on. It doesn't say T-Mobile or anything like some of them. And then, what else? Oh yeah, and I even tried, like, a few local places, and none of them had test SIM cards like I had seen before. Well, one of them did, but they weren't able to but it didn't work. And then there's, like, another place that might, or they said they could hook me up with it. Maybe sometime I'll go back and see if I can find out what service it would actually be for, and then get it unlocked if necessary. Because in order to unlock it, you need to know, like, the carrier that it's with. But anyways, the reason, I'll go ahead and start unboxing this. The reason that I got a new Windows phone is because I've tried getting my text messages off of the phone, and most of them are stored in a backup on my computer for a few reasons. Multiple backups, actually. One of them is, for some reason, these phones only let you have a maximum of 999 saved sent messages. which to me doesn't make any sense. I understand on phones this old, and like even on my red flip phone, that was my first phone ever, you had the, I don't want to do this. You had an issue where you would run out of room, and so it would then, you'd have to delete some of your messages to receive more. I understand that. I just don't understand why that limitation is only for the sent messages and not also for the saved messages. For the incoming messages. It just doesn't make sense. I found that very weird and annoying. And when I realized that I'd already lost a few of my messages with some people, and so I set that number to as high as it could go, which is 999. And then I was able to, from there, it says Windows Phone, yeah. From there, I then made backups on my computer. And initially those backups were in HTML format, where it has like the comma separated values with the phone number, the contact name, and stuff. But then eventually one of the phones that I had, it got the service set up right automatically from the SIM card, and I was able to send multimedia messages. So that meant that if I did a convoluted process, there would be group chat, and I could receive some pictures and very short, very tiny videos. Very limited with what I could send on multimedia message, but that was an option. And so then I had to use Nokia's actual backup system because the XML spreadsheet won't support that. So then in trying to transfer this to my phone, I've gone through a long convoluted process that if I ever actually figure out how to get the messages off and onto my new phone, I will do a video on it. I've tried, there's a VMG converter app, and then you have to open the backups with this one program and extract it. But that app sometimes doesn't and you have to get the specific MMS version from the creator of that app, which I have it, but it's throwing errors saying some things are not supported, and even when I manage to get those messages to be supported, they don't import correctly. It goes under all one contact in name, just 000. I think one more zero, instead of actual individual contacts from people that I sent to. And I've messaged him asking about it, but I haven't heard anything. And it took a while for him to even get me the VMG converter version, so I don't know if he's will respond to requests for the VMG converter version, but not for other help issues, simply because he's too busy and it's really old and he doesn't work on this anymore. Because these things are from 2009, which it's surprising how good they are and how usable they are. So let's take a look at my new Nokia Luma. So I wanted and this is going to Windows Phone and then to Android is the next option. I wanted a Nokia one because it might possibly, oh wow, this is cool, because it might possibly be better than another Windows Phone. And I think I paid about $20 for this, including shipping. It was like $10 for the phone, $10 shipping. There were some that were around $19 with shipping, or $18, but I wanted one that was in box and had the accessories and stuff. And this has to be, I know for the app I need, it has to be Windows Phone 8 or 8.1. And there's actually a kind of cool shop up near Salt Lake called Lewis Wireless that I went to before ordering this off of eBay earlier this week. They have so many old phones, even some of these in there, and my thought is, okay, yes, sure, they have other Indian type beads and jewelry in there as well, but their main thing is phones, and they work with the Boost Mobile stuff and other things, and then they have phone repair service, so they do have some stuff that seems like it could be profitable, but they have so many of these old phones at slightly higher prices. I think one of these would run you $50 from there, which to me is expensive. They were even the cheapest that this Spanish lady was able to go. She was really trying to bargain with me for an old Samsung that was a Windows phone. The cheapest she was able to go was $85 or so, and that was a bit too expensive for me. I knew I had seen some of these online. So I said I would think about it. I went out, because she said, we have other things that we need to work on and do, and so if you kind of wanting me to hurry along, but she also did want to make a sale. But I went up and went out to the car. Ooh, it's turning on already. Cool. Went out to the car and thought about it for a moment and looked on eBay and said no. And this is right about as they were almost closing, and so we left and went. But one thing though that gave me a little bit of hope is I believe I tried one of these once with the modern app on my OnePlus 9 Pro to transfer messages over or old any information, and it didn't it didn't even have Symbian as an option. But when I was in that store there, none of her phones had the Transfer My Data app installed. But what they did have though was a Transfer Contacts app, and I connected the Bluetooth up to one of these old phones, and it did find the contacts, so I'm pretty hopeful. So, first of all, we got a little bit of weirdness around the edges here, and I'm not entirely sure if that's like a screen protector on there with crumbs, or if it is like actual part of the screen. Oh, yes it is. Okay. Take that off so it looks a little nicer. Wow. Be cool if this thing was new. I don't think it is. It looks like it's been reapplied. So we got SIM error. The SIM card is missing or invalid. You can still make emergency calls if your mobile operator supports it. So let's go ahead and close that. We'll get started in just a moment here. I'm going to open up the rest of the box and see what's in here. I don't know if it has everything. It's like, I don't know if this phone came with earbuds at one point or not. But it does have a headphone jack. Shows you how old it is. Man, I really like the look of this device. This is sweet. And this could also, if it works good enough and still connects to some modern services, could also be useful as like a YouTube device. The camera looks good enough. It could be used as a backup for streaming if I ever need, or it can be a comment monitor. Because I do actually kind of want a comment monitor that's not my modern phone, so that can be tucked away in my pocket somewhere and not, draining its battery or anything like that. So interesting. We've got a wall micro USB plug. It's got a little hole on the bottom. I don't know what that's for. Even more interesting are these holes in this piece here. I find that fascinating. Hey, we got one. Never mind, that's me monitoring comments. Then we got a little tiny, not the smallest I've ever seen, but it's that's second smallest I've ever seen. It's a little short USB cable. Wow. I like the rubberized feeling on this cable ends here. Oh, and the cable itself. Although, I'm worried if this is one of those things that will someday turn to goo, as they often do. And we have a little welcome guide in this thing here that is still sealed. I'm not going to open that up right now because I don't think I'll need it. There's an important... By purchasing or opening this package or using T-Mobile service, you agree to be bound by the enclosed T-Mobile terms and conditions, which include arbitration and early termination fee provisions. Yeah, sure. Battery critically low. Let's get you plugged in. Huh. I'm glad that it's right way up. Because usually you think the bumps, whatever they're called, should be on the hooks. Should be on the bottom of the USB cable. In this case, they are. So usually you think about plugging it in like this, but I've had some phones that do it like that, and I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, we got T-Mobile logo again. I wonder if it died at the last moment. So once we get this up, I am going to just see if it has the app I need, if I can connect to it by Bluetooth, and I'll do more messing around after the stream, obviously, but if we just die, let's turn you on. I just want to see really quickly on this stream if it has the app, and if it will connect to my phone and look like it finds all the stuff that I'm wanting it to. Oops, I bumped you guys. So, nope. Let's get started. It asks me that same thing again, Windows Phone Terms of Service by tapping accept. You agree that use of your Windows Phone is covered by the Windows Phone Terms of Use. Please read the Terms of Use and Privacy Statement to make sure you agree. You know, I've always found this kind of weird that, like, there's terms for something like this because it to me it's like it's an operating system, and aside from agreeing not to make copies of and distribute this to other places and offering the OS for free or possibly deconstructing some of its core features and putting that into other stuff when it's like copyrighted or whatever, to me it just seems a little weird. It's like, what am I gonna do with this phone normal use that's gonna violate? I'll record some videos and I'll send some text messages, but like those shouldn't be your problem. And maybe they're stating that in the agreements there, but it shouldn't be your problem. I shouldn't get into trouble for normal use. It's not like I'm using your music in a way that you don't like or is not allowed, or making some kind of a video using assets from your video editor that you don't like or wouldn't be allowed. There's not a lot of proprietary stuff on here. Anything that I make with this is purely original and it helped me make it, but people aren't really gonna know unless I say. It's not like I record a video where I'm like, hey YouTube, take a look at this, I don't know, cool thing, and I show a bug in my backyard and then I upload it to YouTube and then someone is like, hey, that was filmed on a Nokia phone and it infringes Nokia's rules. You can't do that. It's not like it's gonna happen. It's not like you're not even gonna know. So I find that a little bit weird, but whatever. So how'd you like your phone set up? Recommended. Enable cellular data, automatically download updates, send phone usage feedback, Wi-Fi connection data, and keyboard touch. Information to Microsoft partner. I'm going to do custom and see actually what it says. So allow cellular data use on your phone. Sure, we won't have a SIM card, but that's okay. Send phone usage feedback to help improve Microsoft and partner products and services. I'm pretty sure I can change this later, so I'll keep that on. Send keyboard and touch information to improve text suggestions and more. I'm already doing that with Microsoft Swift keyboard on my phone, although I'm kind of tempted to switch back to Google keyboard sometimes because the suggestions it gives are weird. But Swift keyboard does have an arrow keys section and some other things I find useful that Gboard doesn't. So maybe even another keyboard app, but I'll probably just stick with it. Because I think I got into Swift keyboard because it was the keyboard that OnePlus had once upon a time installed. I think Linus likes it too. So I can send Wi-Fi connection information to help discover nearby Wi-Fi's. Yes. Automatically download Windows Phone updates. Sure, why not? So, yes, US. So, let's see. Eastern Time, US and Canada. These things are always confusing to me. But so far, we're showing like a whole lot of different, we're showing a lot of different places, not specific inside the US. Because some things are like, so you're in the US, are you in Mountain Time? Well, the back arrow is not doing anything. So that means that this is being annoying and meaning that I'm going to have to scroll up and pick Eastern Time. The time is 3:52 p.m. So, ooh, this is interesting. They have this big scrolling interface. So it is 3. I should go down because it will cycle around 50. We'll say it's actually like 3:53. But, oh wait, this will automatically update when I get everything set up, so I don't need to, I was going to wait and push it at the right moment. Send my location to Microsoft when my phone is active. No, you don't need to know my location, because I'm not going to be pulling this up and asking you for information on local places. And if I do, I'll turn on my location if I ever need to. Alright, next. It is searching for a Wi-Fi. Yes. So. Un momento, por favor. Anyway. Alright, so my mom is going to text me the Wi-Fi password. I'm excited for getting into this thing so I can see it. It should have the app already installed. At least that's what online was saying. Huh. That's weird. It keeps, well, so the charge icon, it's like plugged in and then not plugged in. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that or not. I'm gonna unplug it for a second and see what it says. Still says low, so I don't know. It sounds good. I don't know what their charge icon looks like. So let me pull up. Oh, showing you on camera. There we go. You should be out of. Yes, you cannot see my current phone, so turn away from here. Okay. Whoops. I picked the wrong network to connect to. We'll see if it connects. I don't think it will. I'm going to cancel that. I need to pick home. That's not right. It is. Whoops. I clicked the wrong thing again. Okay. There we go. That should connect up. Hey, there we go. Connected. What's next? Keep your life in sync. Microsoft account keeps your photos, contacts, music, and documents and more in sync with your PC or Xbox. You also need one to buy apps and back up to your phone. I'll go ahead and sign in with my Microsoft account. Man, this thing is tiny compared to mine. What do we get? Best Buy. By the way, this is live. So while taking a little longer than I was expecting, it didn't set the right date, so I need to fix the date. So, June 24. (2022). This was from back in 2014, if I trust the date that it has. Okay. Alright, I believe I can just pull up my comment monitor again. Sweet. Ah, funny, it checked the send my location to Microsoft when my phone is activated. No, please don't. I have unchecked that again. Push the close button, and now we wait. Nope, don't email me information, tips, and offers about Windows Phone. Good reception. If you do, problem may be on the other end. Wait a little and try again. Let me try changing my password and see if that's it. Okay, I'm going to try one last thing, and if this doesn't work, then we'll skip this and go forward and see if we can connect up the phone. Let's try one last time. Okay, well, we'll have to skip this, and we'll have to see what it is later, so we'll skip. You're just about done setting up your phone. Next, we'll walk you through setting up your phone's activation. Which, I don't have a SIM card, that's not going to happen. Join the Nokia Improvement Program. Microsoft Phone usage and prepaid data will be shared and connected with Nokia data. Sure. I'm pretty sure that program's dead when it comes to this. Okay, perfect. Let's find. Your SD card is low on storage space. You can SD card. Something about time saving I just clicked on. Okay. Hi, check out our time-saving tips and videos for getting the most out of your new phone. WindowsPhone.com/hello. This is a free message. Well, I sure hope so, because there's no SIM card in here. Let's see. We need to do search for... Sure. Well, it looks like this is doing a Bing search, not what I want. Click search. It's not working. I click the go key, and now it's working. Okay. So apparently that search key is not a phone search. Not what I'm looking for. Oops, I didn't want the office. Let's see. Ooh, here's a search in here for transfer my data. It is installed. Okay. Alright, let's try... this one's already turned on. This one's not. Transfer my data, copy your contacts from an old phone to your new Windows phone via Bluetooth. Your old phone might also be capable of transferring text messages and pictures, which some people said their Nokia N8s were, so continue. Yes, turn Bluetooth on. I need to make the visibility of my Nokia on. And it's found my OnePlus 9 Pro 5G. That's not what I'm looking for. It says phone. I'm going to try that one. Even though mine is labeled as Caleb's newest Nokia, I'm going to see. Yes, that is the correct one. We'll just set a stupid 1-digit passcode because you can. Okay. Yes, accept the request. I hope this works. If this does, I am going to be like so excited. Yes. Because it should be a lot, yes, again, it should be a lot easier to get data off of this to a modern phone than it will. Yes, I keep saying yes. Stop asking me. The answer is yes. Just want you to transfer the data, please. Yeah, I have tried even using Dr. Phone by Wondershare, which says it supports this. It like finds the Nokia, but it's unable to transfer. Well, actually, no. It transferred some, but they didn't go to the right place. Text messages. It's still searching for the other stuff. I'm going to also grab the cable for my Now, we're running into an issue here. If all this does is text messages, big problem, because this needs to be more than text messages. It needs to be the multimedia ones as well. Alright, plug my Nokia in so it don't die. And we'll be almost done with this. I'm going to say pictures. Found music. I know what that, at least I know what that one song is. There was one of the phones that I got had like a 1 meg SIM card in there or something. Sorry, SD card. And it had one song on there. The song was If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. Which is actually, to my surprise, not about being gay or trans or anything. It's just about how if she was a boy, she would understand things better and be a better man. So let's start this and yes. Well, it looks like it's working. Yes, allow Bluetooth synchronization. Oh, it said complete and it didn't synchronize messages. But the good news is that it actually found this thing came up here for synchronization. So it might be possible. The worst case scenario is it's not. Second worst case is I have to buy a newer one of these phones. Well, I'm going to mess with this off stream, but there's a little sample of what's going on in my life. Yeah. And it might just be, because this one has the most up-to-date software, so I'll try it with this and see what results I get with this phone. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. And this device, actually, hold on one moment. I want to check something. Don't. It has a camera. Ooh, the table looks a little red. Everything looks on this tiny screen a bit fuzzy, but decent. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye.